And renew your home's curb appeal in just a few hours. First Class Pressure Cleaning specializes in residential driveways and landscaping. Starting at only $50, First Class can make your house look brand new. Let's get ready for summer. Call 786-440-8450 and take advantage of our specials. We promise quality, dedication, and professional service. Get your residents treated first class. First Class Pressure Cleaning brings class to your home. 786-440-8450 and tell them you heard about them from Artistic Times. The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Alexandra Bello Productions presents Artistic Times Radio with Alexandra Bello, covering art events, museums, festivals, and music. We have interviews of artists, celebrities, musicians, writers, and more. Learn about South Florida happenings and discover art firsthand while enjoying red carpets, fashion shows, and press conferences from the hand of our host, Alexandra Bello. Tune in on WNN 1470 every Tuesday night at 7:30 and on my website, ABP TV. Now, it's about to get artistic in here.
Well, hello everyone. Happy Memorial Day. We are still here in the studio, enjoying ourselves and, having a little vacation here. Remember to follow me on ABP TV Vimeo and Alexandra Bello. And this is Artistic Times Radio. Tonight I have two lovely people that I had the honor to be in their show probably like 2 weeks ago,
yes.
Right? I was in one of your shows because you have several, I would say, ventures going on and shows. But today we're going to talk about, a story of our lives, right? But we're going to talk about entertaining business. I have Nora Adler and Jesse Stolo in front of me. Hey. How are you doing, guys?
We're doing great.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you for having us on, by the way.
Thank you so much for coming. I want you to tell me a little bit about yourself so our audience here in Boca Raton, Deerfield, and Broward kind of gets to know you.
Well, Jesse Stolo and I have gotten together. Mm-hmm. We kind of got together in a very interesting way. We have mutual friends that introduced us.
Mm-hmm. And weirdo friends. We have very weirdo friends.
Very creative.
Artists.
Very creative people. And I guess we should plug her in because she really did.
That's totally fine.
Miss Olivia Wolf. She's been a friend of both of ours, but, separately. And
in different universes,
different existences, by the way.
Exactly.
At that time, I was doing wine because although we're on the radio.
Wait. You said doing wine. Go a little bit more into detail with that.
Okay, so Nora Adler began life in Brooklyn, and she studied television and theater.
It was a cold, wintry day.
It was a cold, winter day. And actually, I studied, radio and television and film and theater and all that, and I got here, and there was no work. So I did a lot of other things, and one of the things that I ended up doing was getting into wine. So I sold wine, and
to pay the bills.
Took classes, became a sommelier. Well, big deal. Never worked in a restaurant. Didn't want to. It's just not my thing. But you need to have certifications and papers and all that to, I guess, legitimize you in any business. So went ahead and did that, and so Olivia became one of my clients. And then one day we were talking, and she said to me, "Oh, I have this friend. I had gotten into radio through one of the events that I did. I got introduced to someone, went in, did an interview. Then they asked me if I wanted to get involved, and so I got involved. And then I separated myself.
I didn't even know this whole full story.
Yeah, I never told him the whole story. He just heard some colorful words about people, and I tend to be very colorful. So, but I'll be nice." And so I separated myself.
We're also on AM radio, so we know how to color the language that is appropriate for AM radio listeners.
Yes, we are AM radio, and we're on a Christian network, so we really have to be very careful with what we say. And
but isn't that a better life? It's like so much more relaxed when you just.
No, not really.
Well,
it's
sometimes
more difficult.
You want to say some things.
Sometimes you do want to say some things, but you recognize
you have
it
late
too.
at night.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that. And so So anyway, I got into the show. Then I separated from that show, and I wanted to do another show. And so she said to me, "Oh, I'd love to introduce you to someone. I think they'd be interested in doing a show." What happened was,
Okay, so now it's my turn.
now it's his turn.
Exactly. She had like 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Now you have
This is
5
perfect.
minutes.
So I've always wanted to do stuff in radio. My goal, by the way, one of these days I'm going to host a game show. That's my plan.
Wouldn't that be
I would love
great?
to be able to host a game show.
I'll be praying for that
So
to happen.
I have to
Reality.
create the game show. That's the first thing, is I need to create what game show it's going to be, but that's a whole other conversation. So I was Olivia and I were in the same networking group together. We were in a BNI chapter down in Miami. And I was the president of the chapter. So every week I was getting up and running the meetings. And one day Olivia comes up to me and she says, "There's somebody that I really want to introduce you to. It's my good friend Nora. She is in the process of trying to start her own radio program, and she's looking for a co-host.
For the voice. She's looking for the voice.
Well, apparently she's looking for somebody that can help sort of work with her on the program. And so that's how she introduced us to each other. And when Nora and I first met, this was about 2 years ago.
Yes. A little more than that, actually.
We just had a lot of chemistry together. We were able to we think on the same or on similar wavelengths. So we were just really able to develop a show. We created a program. We created the concept of the show, and we've been doing it now for about every week for about 2 years. And we've got no plans to stop.
2.5 years, actually. We're getting there.
And so we have our program. It's called Entertaining Business. It's a weekly program on a station down in Miami. It's 880 AM.
The Biz.
880 The Biz, which is South Florida. It's a business talk radio station. It's affiliated with the Bloomberg radio network.
And iHeart.
And you can stream in and do very similar things. We also take our program and then we have created a podcast for it. So you can actually search on iTunes for Entertaining Business. You'll see our logo.
The archives are going to be there.
Exactly. Yes. So and in fact your program that you came on, that was our sister program. So not too long after we formed Entertaining Business, we ended up creating a second program that is in the evenings, which is why you mentioned the evening time, the after dark, called Mike's on Live, which is the show that you were on and telling us a little bit about your business. But we love hearing from and talking with business owners and entrepreneurs and people that are making stuff happen in our community. And we love talking about it and learning their process and seeing what happens and why they do it and stuff they've struggled with and things that they've been able to overcome, and really sort of for our listeners to learn how they can sort of learn from example.
So your show is at 3 p.m.?
Is it? I don't even remember.
It's at 3 p.m. on Tuesday.
I just show up at the station on Tuesdays.
We spent like 9 hours that day on the station, so we kind of get lost. But yes, it's at 3 p.m. on Tuesdays. And what we do is it's a half an hour show. And it's just not people in business. It's anyone who really is affecting the South Florida economy. So you have individuals, for example, we've brought in my favorite, Charlie
Arturaola. See? Arturaola.
He's been my friend for almost 20 years, and I can never say his last name correctly.
Call him Charlie.
Because he's Charlie.
Right.
Charlie is a well-renowned international sommelier, educator, wine educator of the year with Vinitaly. He has done 2 films. Presently, he's globetrotting. I think he was, I don't know where.
He's the jolliest, craziest individual you'll ever meet in your entire life.
Yes, he is the most interesting man in the wine world.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Does he drink Dos Equis?
No. Different guy.
Different guy.
Completely different guy.
But I think if he was to drink beer, it'd probably be Stella Artois.
You saw my Facebook
yes,
post.
I did. I loved it. Well, I drink Stella also.
No
honey, we have good
You
taste.
missed the Facebook page.
I'm sorry. I know you're not paying us beer to mention your
But that's
names,
okay.
but
we throw names around because you know what? If they pick it up, they can come and they can be part of.
They can say, like, when I do hit them and knock on their door, they can say, you are a true follower, honey. Let me give you some.
Exactly. Let's give you those 20 grand that you need. But so we bring in everyone Charlie right now, where is he? Croatia? I don't know. He's somewhere globetrotting. But he and his wife just celebrated her birthday. So I saw that. And his influences, he brings people into South Florida. He could be anywhere in the world, and he's always texting about Florida and how he misses Miami
This is his
and all this.
hometown. He lives
This is his
here in
hometown.
South Florida.
Yes. But he's, I think, a citizen of the world, really. I mean, he's lived everywhere.
I don't know that you can get a passport for that, so I'm just going to say that he's from South Florida.
Okay, now he's from South Florida. Now he's from South Florida.
Well, get your hats, your radio show interviewers hats off, because the show is about you two. So I want to know more about you and not about anybody else.
That's hard to do.
Why are we here tonight? We want to talk about your show. We want to talk about La Liga contra el Cáncer. Tell me a little bit about that, because it's very interesting event that happens once a year, but it also happens quarterly. They have little...
Yes.
Do you want to explain what the Liga is?
Well, the Liga contra el Cáncer is an organization that was started by a Cuban lady, which I never remember her last name, but her first name is Lourdes. And she came to the United States and she brought that whole concept with her. She created an institution that is now worldwide, because if you Google Liga contra el Cáncer, you will see Liga contra el Cáncer worldwide. What it is the League Against Cancer. It is actually a physical location that individuals can go to seek treatment.
It's a support building. It's a building for support and treatment for individuals and their individuals with cancer and their families.
And is the radio show tied to this organization, or
No, this is something personal. This is something personal. Many years ago, I was working. Well, I've always tried to incorporate some event that gives back to the community wherever I've been.
Amazing.
Whether I have supported it or whether I have created it or whatever. Because you always have to give back. Many times, individuals that help you are total strangers. And it's happened to me so many times that I have to give back. It's part of that karmic wave that we're all part of. And so several years ago, I did one.
It's a good adjective. Please go ahead.
Okay, I did one for. I was trying to do something for cancer. My parents have always donated to La Liga contra el Cáncer, but I wanted to do something for the American Cancer Society, which I did, and I just didn't feel satisfied. So I was talking to my parents, and my parents go, "Well, you should do La Liga contra el Cáncer because it's about our community." What upset me was that I did this event, and the monies got sent. And then you don't know what happens. You don't know where
You're
it goes.
talking about the event that you did with
That's
the
why
American
nobody
Cancer
goes.
Society.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why nobody donates to anything.
And nobody knows what's going on. And so I said, wait a minute, you're right. So I started researching what La Liga contra el Cáncer does. And I was working in this place, and someone said to me, they helped my mom. My mom has cancer, and they're helping my mom right now. And so it hit that personal note. I've had a lot of cancer in my family. And we've never had to use La Liga contra el Cáncer. But I've known a lot of people who have. Mm-hmm. And every penny that you collect goes
back to the community. That is very interesting.
And once I made that contact, and I just went ahead, Googled, found a name, and started sending emails out to every single person that was listed.
Until you hit Lourdes.
Whom I hit was La Señora Adriana Cora.
Oh, amazing.
And Adriana Cora is the, I guess...
She's like the executive vice president
of the organization now. Now, she is also a cancer survivor.
Right.
And La Liga contra el Cáncer helped her. Awesome. So she's been part of the organization giving back. Once I made that contact, I explained to her, you don't know me, I want to do this. And she said, okay. And so I was working at that time, I was working at Vintage Liquors. Mm-hmm, and I said to them, I'd like to do an event for Mother's Day for cancer with La Liga contra el Cáncer.
No, that's amazing. And you know what? Count on me on the next events. I'm sorry I was sick and I didn't go.
That's okay.
But definitely
it's better
count
off
on
that
me.
you didn't come if you were sick.
No,
That's totally
of
fine.
course. Yeah, I didn't want to pass anything around. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back, guys.
The summer is almost here, and you can renew your home's curb appeal in just a few hours. First Class Pressure Cleaning specializes in residential driveways and landscaping. Starting at only $50, First Class can make your house look brand new. Let's get ready for summer. Call 786-440-8450 and take advantage of our specials. We promise quality, dedication, and professional service. Get your residents treated first class. First Class Pressure Cleaning brings class to your home. 786-440-8450 and tell them you heard about them from Artistic Times.
All right, we are back. I am Alexandra Bello, and I just want to let you all know a little bit that. Yep, that's easy, right? We have a couple of events that was happening right this weekend. We have a 18th annual Downtown Delray Film Festival and Delray Beach Craft Festival, and it was on Atlantic Avenue. And we had the House of Bello on Wynwood Walls, hosted by Victor Cornelius on May 22nd. We also had Rose Warner and Andrew Sosa directing a film that took place right here in Deerfield. Well, we're not in Deerfield, but right there in Deerfield Beach here in Broward County. And throughout the whole weekend, we were preparing an 11-minute short film that is going to be representing South Florida on 168-hour film festival. So I am very excited about that.
That's
now,
fantastic.
Back to La Liga contra el Cáncer.
Oh.
So the Liga contra el Cáncer, we've done different events. We as entertaining business, we did one last year. With
that was just to get our feet wet, I would like to say.
Yes, with that
It
one.
was awesome for what it was, but we had a lot of room to grow.
Yes. And so this year, I decided to approach Vintage Liquors again and ask them if we could collaborate on doing La Liga contra el Cáncer for Mother's Day. Well, for the Mother's Day weekend. And we went ahead and we did it. And we had a great response.
It was awesome.
Amazing.
So the first thing that Nora did, I can't take any credit for this. Nora put together the whole thing. She coordinated with...
Of course, she's the woman. They always
Vintage
do.
Liquors, which is a liquor store, but the liquor store has very good relationship with a lot of the distribution channels. So they brought in about 6 or 7 different beverage sponsors to come and give
Including
samplings
champagne.
and different champagne and
Perrier
different liquors and
Jouet.
so
You
forth.
know what it is?
And
It's
then
great.
we had a couple of different food vendors as well. One of which was Nora's dad, Chef Pepe, who's amazing.
He's
He's
retired.
amazing.
I need his business card.
And he was up. I mean, he was preparing for this one event for like 2 months.
He does it every year for me.
And he loves it. He has a great time. He's just
I
this
was
quiet
looking forward
gentleman
to
that
the
sits in the
food,
back.
too.
It was amazing. It was so good.
And we had John. John from Jasmine Catering also.
So there were 2 caterers. Letty Alvarez from LA Sweets gave us a whole bunch of cupcakes. And then we had music. So our favorite rock band, Overhaul, was playing. So they came and they set up and they had a great time. They're down there on the bottom.
And we also had another radio broadcast going on.
We did. We had Robbie Robb from the Imaginary Radio Network was there.
Where is this imaginary radio network?
It's all in
Is
your
it-
mind. No, it's actually.
It's great.
No, he puts it up on SoundCloud and Facebook, so you could search for Imaginary Radio Network.
Okay, so
Robbie
it's
Robb
not
is
that
an old DJ.
imaginary
No, it's a
anymore. That's
it's a real
awesome.
thing, with our favorite Wonder Woman Wanda.
Yes. Wanda
Wanda
Miles.
Miles
Yes.
was
of,
also there.
NPR.
Yes.
NPR fame.
So we had a lot of people there that were hanging
we
out.
did.
We raised just about $1,000.
A
Give or
little
take?
under.
A little bit under $1,000.
Yeah.
And you
little
raised
under.
$1,000, and the full proceeds went to
all
the
to La Liga contra el
Cáncer?
Cáncer. As a matter of fact, I'm picking up the money and taking it to
Are
them.
you going to get one of those big checks? Do you want to get one of those like really
No, we can't do that.
big? Okay.
You
No.
cannot?
No.
I mean,
well,
we
we
can,
could,
but
it'd be
it's kind of a waste of money. I
Yes,
would
it
rather
is.
take that money
We're
for
just gonna
getting
give
a
it to them.
ridiculously large check and
But
just
that
give it to
picture
them.
is very important, let me tell you.
So what we can do is we can go there and just hold our hands out like this and act like there's a check there, and then just like superimpose.
We'll hold the
a
cans.
Really big,
We'll go like this because they have the cans that they place in different places. And a few years ago, that's what I did. I went all over, including Wynwood, and placed cans. And people just put money in. And what I did was I left the cans there for a year.
Oh,
And then I went back and picked them up.
it's
and
like
they
a
were
nice
all full.
tzedakah box there.
And they had, dollars and stuff. It
That's
was
so
really cool.
awesome.
But it's and when you tell people it's La Liga contra el Cáncer, because it's an intricate part of the Latin community, people know it. But one thing that La Liga wants everybody to understand is that this is for everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyone and everyone who needs their help. That's why when you go on their website, it's called La Liga contra el Cáncer, the League Against Cancer.
.com.
.com. Yes.
And I wanted to ask you, how can people get in touch with you personally? On your Twitter accounts, on your Facebook? Where are you more active on?
So you can, for the show, if you want to learn more about entertaining business, our Twitter is EntertainBiz305. I think there's one Z.
I'll tell you right now.
Biz. 305 is for Twitter. On Facebook, you can go to Entertaining Business in South Florida.
Yes,
That's the best place. That's the best place because I think we post a lot of stuff. We put our events there on our Facebook page. We try to engage the community. Nora is always posting pictures and different things on our Facebook page. Yeah, that's probably the best way to do it.
So you don't want to tell people how they can follow you directly?
Well, if you want to follow me, my Twitter is Jesse Stolo. Jesse. Well, it's going to be up on the screen, but Jesse Stolo, no I. I is for girls.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean, I don't know that that's really true, but
okay.
every Jesse male that I've ever met does not have an I, and every female has an I.
How about your Twitter?
Well, I have several entities, but
oh my goodness.
You're
such an enigma, Nora.
You have several personalities,
I have several
personality has a
personalities.
Twitter.
I really do. But if you definitely want to get one of them, it's you could go into Wine After Dark as one word. WINEAFTERDARK.
Love it.
Number 1. So it's Wine After Dark 1 because one of my arch nemesis took mine.
How dare
I
she?
know.
I know it's a woman. How dare she?
And by the way, I was right? It's Entertain Biz 305.
Yes. And then when you go on there, it says Nora Adler 305 on it. It's got a little kitty cat. But if you want me, Nora _ Adler, ADLER, and that's me too.
Oh my
I have
goodness.
several other identities.
Me too. Like for example,
Love it.
and this show has you can watch the show and listen to the show throughout a lot of venues. I want to say you can go to WNN1470am.com. You can also go to WWNNradio.com. You can go you can listen on your radio at 1470 AM. You can also go to amp like amplifier amp number 2 amp2.tv, artistictimes.tv, abptv.net, and Vimeo. Just look for abptv.
Wow.
I'm overwhelmed by this.
I am.
We are also coming out on Facebook because I always put the link on Facebook, and we are on Ustream going live right now.
Oh.
But when the Ustream, when the show is over, the Ustream is over. So you would have to go to YouTube, and there's like 3 or 4 YouTube channels that
It's
have the
mind-boggling.
same video.
It is. I thought we were back.
I don't know.
I mean, we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Vimeo, we have
Instagram.
And Instagram is what? Entertain? How did we do Instagram? I forgot.
I don't even think we have one. I think we have
No,
one for
we
Mike's
do.
on Live.
I didn't create an Instagram for this show because I already have 3 Instagram accounts.
You're like, I need to chill.
Yeah,
I just need to chill.
and I just tell people just go to alexandrabello.com. I'm actually like putting the archives exactly like it's strictly on my website. From all the other websites, people can just go to my website, listen to the show, and listen to the archives. There's a Ustream window embedded on the website, and then
We have to do that.
below
Yeah.
that there is the archive.
Oh, I've got a
That's
guy who's
it.
going to work on our website for us.
Oh,
I've got a
cool.
good guy.
Oh,
Awesome.
cool. We
I
like
need
that.
to shamelessly plug something for a second.
Absolutely.
I need everybody that's listening or watching to go to jessestolo.com.
Yes.
I have like about 23 votes more to
Very
qualify
important.
for Chase Bank's Mission Main Street grant program.
I'll share on my
I'm
Facebook
trying
wall.
to get $100,000 grant from Chase Bank, but we need 250 votes in order to qualify, and I have 227 votes
What
as
is
of
the
this
grant
moment. It's going to be for my own. I have a personal business that we do custom window treatments. So it's going to be to build up that infrastructure, add a couple of employees, move my showroom, and do a whole showroom redecoration.
And you're going to be donating money to?
Oh, yeah. So if I get 250 votes, we're going to cut a little nice check over to the Broward Humane Society. to help out over there for the Broward
I
Humane Society.
love the Humane Society. The one on Griffin's Road?
Yeah,
Definitely.
right there. It's right around where my showroom is. My showroom is in the Design Center of the Americas right there.
Dakota.
Oh, wow.
Very impressive. Very nice.
JesseStola.com. All you do is you click one button that says vote, and you're done. And I only need like 27 more votes, something like that.
I will share it on my wall. Let's see how many friends I can get.
Awesome.
Remember, people,
Yes.
that you're listening to Artistic Times. What else do we have to talk about for the shows? You can go to 880thebiz.com at 3 p.m. on Tuesdays, and you can listen to Entertaining Business with Nora Adler and Jesse Stolo.
Oh.
And you can follow them at Jesse Stolo or at Wine After Dark 1.
Yes.
Anything else you guys want to talk about from the show that people might not know and they need to?
Well, our show
We have
is
2 little minutes.
we are
We
very
can take up that
different.
entire
Yes,
time.
we can. We're very different. We're very lighthearted, and we want people to reach out to us because we want their stories. We want their stories on the air. We want people to share, and we
Yeah.
want people to learn because, hey, South Florida is an incredible microcosm, but it's part of the world.
So if you have a business, if you have a story, if you have an event that's coming up, you can send us an email at entertainbiz, BIZZ, at gmail.com. And then just tell us your story. Share your story. Tell us a little bit about it, and we'll have you come into the studio and talk
Do
to
you
everybody.
cover events if
Yes, we
people
do.
have events?
Yes, we do. We can cover the event. They can call in if they can't physically come in to the studio. Also, they can just call in. They can plug it in. They can just call us,
Yeah.
or tweet us, and we'll tweet them.
What
But
type
we-
of events? More like about communities?
Actually,
events
pretty
that give
much.
back.
Well, we haven't done bar mitzvahs and weddings yet, but I mean, if they want us to do
We
that, we'll
haven't
do that
done
too.
any marriage proposals
Yeah.
online on the show.
But we
We
can.
haven't had anybody come
We
on.
can. So
And what is the coverage? Is you go show up with a recorder or with a camera or both?
Well, right now we're doing the recorder, but we're working on the camera, so that's in the making, and we're going to have that out very quickly.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you very much, guys. This was
Thank you.
Artistic Times Radio. This was Nora Adler and Jesse Stolo. And you look for that link on my Facebook, Alexandra Bello, on Thursday.
You have been listening to Alexandra Bello. From Alexandra Bello Productions and Artistic Times Radio, join us every Tuesday at 7:30 and get informed in the world of artists, celebrities, musicians, writers, and more on the Red Carpet Fashion Show. Join us next week for more red carpet treatment of Artistic Times. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. The summer is almost here, and you can renew your home's curb appeal in just a few hours. First Class Pressure Cleaning specializes in residential driveways and landscaping. Starting at only $50, First Class can make your house look brand new. Let's get ready for summer. Call 786-440-8450 and take advantage of our specials. We promise quality, dedication, and professional service. Get your residents treated first class. First Class Pressure Cleaning brings class to your home. 786-440-8450 and tell them you heard about them from Artistic Times.
Talk 1470 WWNN Pompano Beach, Boca Raton, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
I wanted to be in the military since I was a kid.
I served in the United States Air Force.
I served a total of 16 years.
I was deployed 13 times.
On my second deployment, 4 bombs hit my vehicle.
And at 19 years old, that's the first time I ever saw somebody die.
Coming back, I was raging.
I started having pretty horrible nightmares.
I would wake up in the middle of the night, sweats.
I started drinking a lot.
I felt worthless.
I guess I never recognized it in myself.
Eventually, one day I just walked into the VA hospital and said I'd like to see somebody.
Don't suffer alone. You gotta find that link with somebody that'll make you let it go.
It all starts with going to the VA. There's a whole community of veterans that just want to help you out.
It's for the guys who couldn't come back, so you owe it to them to live well, because they're not here with their families.
Visit maketheconnection.net.
AM 1470 WNN. Listen live at wwnnradio.com and like us on Facebook. Search AM 1470 WWNN.
Is your AC unit just blowing warm air, or has it stopped working completely? Call Phil Thomas AC at 954-434-4576. In business in South Florida, 50 years. Family owned and operated. Phil Thomas AC will never sell you an AC unit that you don't need. That's Phil Thomas AC, 954-434-4576.
Talk 1470 WNN is now available on iHeartRadio. Download it now for free on your app store and take WNN with you wherever you go with iHeartRadio.
Welcome to Invite Radio. You're about to receive responsible, life-changing information on health and nutrition. You'll hear from Invite professionals who are leaders in targeted and anti-aging nutrition. Get ready for tomorrow's nutritional science today, right here, right now.
Hello and welcome to Invite Health Radio. I am Nicole Crane and I'm the Director of Nutrition at Invite Health Boca Raton. I have a Bachelor's of Science in Nutrition and I'm also a holistic nutrition therapy practitioner. I have 16 years experience with supplements, herbs, and other natural remedies, and I'm really passionate about holistic health and chemical-free living. Nature has given us everything we need to heal our bodies and our minds and to achieve optimal wellness. And so many times when we don't have optimal health, it could be traced back to something man-made as the cause, whether that's an artificial ingredient or a chemical in our food, or a processing that turned that food into something less than it was in its whole state, or even a man-made toxin in the environment, or a heavy metal in the environment, because there are many, many things that we've put out there that come back to bite us later. But Mother Nature rarely makes mistakes, so we can count on vitamins and minerals and herbs and other nutrients to restore and to support our wellness. But it can be really hard to navigate the world of holistic health on your own, so I'm happy to be your guide. You will find me all the time, 5 days